AI and machine learning integration in everyday life. Artificial intelligence is now more than just your voice's assistant or an app on your phone. It is deeply integrated into everyday life, and it will continue to be integrated even more as some of its capabilities become more mainstream. Conversational agents are now being used by many organizations that have customer service teams to answer basic queries, and they are also being used by the medical industry to make decisions about treatments for patients with similar symptoms. Why AI is important. According to Gartner's 2016 Future of Digital Experience Management study, businesses must focus on the intelligent experience in order to become relevant to customers and achieve their long-term goals. Gartner said that by 2020, 80% of customer experience leaders will be market leaders. The research firm also shared that 48% of the digital experiences in the U.S. are more than 3 years old, and 39% of the customer interactions are unplanned purchasing behavior and unplanned interruptions. All of these have very negative implications for businesses. The research also revealed that by 2020, 80% of customers will abandon their brand if they do not have an engaging, enjoyable, and easy-to-access buying experience. Artificial intelligence in everyday life. Let's take a look at a few ways in which you can start integrating artificial intelligence into your daily life. Personal assistant. Based on your answers and preferences, your favorite brands and companies will deliver tailored recommendations to you for specific needs and requests. Companies like Comcast or CNN can read your preferences and deliver useful recommendations by automatically connecting to your favorite music service, news service, and social media network and filling in the data that you have provided. The reason why this feature is so popular is because it can make life so much easier. Phone systems. Automated customer service systems are now commonplace. The Amazon Echo is one such example. Amazon even tries to integrate Alexa into its in-house personal assistant, Lassie. This is useful for ordering Amazon products, but also useful for responding to queries by customers. In fact, one study showed that users are not fully ready for this level of integration. They find it confusing and often do not feel comfortable answering many of the tasks for which Alexa is being used. Where AI may be used, auto-discriminating on user responses to questions and follow-up questions. Automated news delivery. Like many other news outlets, the New York Times uses artificial intelligence to decide whether or not to publish a story. Conversational agents. If you have used digital assistants like Siri or Alexa before, then you will have already noticed that they have pretty limited functionality. For instance, when you ask them to order an Uber, they'll simply offer you an option to use the existing car services that exist, rather than suggesting a different one. For companies, this is the perfect use case for AI. They can create an interactive conversation through which users can interact with their products, and they can use AI and machine learning algorithms to turn this into action. For instance, with a digital assistant like Apple Siri, you can ask it to find some pizza. This will result in a web search, and it will find you a place that you could order pizza from. AI for business. Just as you may have some tips that you use in your everyday life, companies may have some tips that they apply in their business. The more you use these tips and suggestions, the more likely you will become a part of their AI network. These companies will then keep you informed about new developments and news. You might even be asked to try out new products as you are already considered an insider in their network. Retention. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it will be a competitive edge for companies, and business will gain an advantage in retaining their top customers. These customers may have been using one company, or they may have used several. Now, they are not likely to switch unless it is for a very good reason. Medical applications. The medical industry uses AI for cancer detection. The cancer detector that was developed by IBM has been recently accepted into a clinical trial at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York. In the same trial, the company Alpha Diagnostics is using computer vision to help create a virtual version of a doctor's office so that surgeons can diagnose and then give advice to surgeons during surgery. Artificial intelligence is used to detect diseases and diagnose diseases. The disease-detecting diagnostic tool is being tested at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. According to IBM, this new app uses artificial intelligence to analyze information collected by the user and will become part of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's clinical toolkit.
Conclusion.
In today's age of innovation, it is no longer a question of whether artificial intelligence will have a big impact on the future. It is actually a question of how much of an impact we will see. Artificial intelligence is a technology that is just becoming possible and will become a staple in our daily lives in the near future. To find out more about it, subscribe to our newsletter.